When youth meets experience on the 64 squares, it's not just a match, it's a moment in history. And yesterday, India's two finest minds, Koneru Humpy and Divya Deshmukh, opened the final chapter of this FIDE World Cup clash with a fierce 41-move battle. Divya held initiative early. Humpy stayed rock solid under pressure. The result, a tense draw and a final finally poised. But now it's game two. Today, the queen of Indian chess, Koneru Humpy, has the white pieces. She is unbeaten with the white pieces throughout the tournament. Calm, composed and clinical. But don't count out the teenager who is rewriting history, Divya Deshmukh. In her first ever World Cup, she is already in the final. The hunger, the fearlessness and the future of Indian chess. Welcome to Game 2 of the FIDE Women's Chess World Cup Final, where India is guaranteed the title, but the crown is still up for grabs. And to break down all the action and strategy, we have a power-packed panel joining us today. Let's the battle of the mind games begin. Queen's Gambit, India's move. The second game of the FIDE Women's Chess World Cup between Grandmaster Koneru Humpy and teenage sensation Divya Deshmukh currently underway in Batumi, Georgia. Game 1 ended in a thrilling draw, and each player now stands just a step away from one of the biggest prizes in the women's chess, a $50,000 winner's purse, a place in history and immense national pride. The game delivered an intense and intricate battle between the both of them, marking a historic All-Indian Championship clash which ended in a hard-fought draw after 41 moves. The match is level at .5 points each right now. Should there not be a winner by evening, the fate of the World Cup will come down to tie breaks on Monday. Koneru Humpy, the queen who never slips her crown. She is grace under pressure and a symbol of endurance in Indian chess. Humpy is once again on the biggest stage with the white pieces in Game 2. Can the queen of Indian chess turn the calm into more majestic triumph?
Born on March 31st, 1987 in Andhra Pradesh, Indian chess grandmaster Koneru Humpy's journey is nothing but a spectacular achievement, one to inspire all other women sports athletes. Widely recognized as one of the world's top female players, Humpy began playing chess at a young age after being introduced to the game by her father. She showed exceptional talent from a young age. By the age of 6 years, she was winning district tournaments. At 8, she claimed her first national title. By 1996, she had bagged the Indian national titles in the under 10, under 12, and under 15 categories. She then went on to conquer the world stage, winning several world youth titles in the under 10 and under 12 categories. Humpy achieved the title of grandmaster at the age of 15, making her the youngest woman ever to do so. She has won numerous national and international championships, including the Women's World Rapid Chess Championship in 2019 and the Cairns Cup in 2020 after returning from a break from motherhood. Humpy was entitled with Arjuna Award in 2003, while in 2007 she was bestowed with the prestigious Padma Shri Award. Koneru Humpy's chess career is indeed a story of spectacular achievement. She's broken barriers, set records, and earned numerous accolades, solidifying her place as one of India's greatest chess players and an inspiration globally. Sports Desk, DD India.
Humpy, truly the queen of Indian chess. Now, Divya Deshmukh, the prodigy who is becoming a powerhouse just at 19 years old, she is shaking up the global chessboard with fearless play and bold moves. She is fast, she is fearless, and she does not back down even under the pressure time. Can this young trailblazer defy the odds again and script the biggest win of her career?
Born in Nagpur to doctor parents Jitendra and Namrata, Divya Deshmukh was drawn into sports when her elder sister enrolled in badminton. But she found her love in chess at the age of 5 in 2010 and quickly advanced. 2 years later, Deshmukh brought home her first title, winning the Under 7 National Championship in 2012. That was followed by World Youth titles in Under 10 and Under 12 categories. Since then, Divya has represented India on 40 occasions, achieving 35 podium finishes, bringing home 23 gold, 7 silver, and 5 bronze medals. Subsequently, she joined India's top players and began receiving tips from Vishwanathan Anand. Within a year, Divya became a woman grandmaster in 2021 and in 2023 secured the title of International Master, gaining recognition as India's fast rising chess sensation. In addition to winning 8 age category national titles, Divya at 17 in 2023 became the two-time national women's champion. Last year in June, Divya became the world junior champion. This was Divya's third world title. There was no looking back for Deshmukh as the Nagpur girl played a crucial role in India's team gold at the 45th Chess Olympiad in 2024 Budapest. At an individual level, Deshmukh achieved a performance rating over 2600 in the Blitz segment of the World Team Rapid and Blitz Championship. So far, Divya Deshmukh has 3 individual gold medals across chess Olympiads in her cabinet and multiple Asian and World Youth chess titles. Sports Desk, DD India.
And to break down all the action, the strategy and the stakes, we are joined by a power-packed panel who know the board inside out. RB Ramesh, he is the mastermind behind some of the India's finest young talents and an Indian grandmaster, a celebrated coach and Dronacharya awardee. Also joining us, Rakesh Rao, a senior sports journalist and one of the finest and the most respected voices in the chess reportage. Also joining us, DD India correspondent Abhishek Prasad, who has been closely following this final. Rakesh, first coming to you and a very welcome on this show, the Queen's Gambit, India's move. Talking about the game one, what were the key takeaways from the game one between the Humpy and Divya? Did a draw favor one player more than other?
Well, it was clearly an escape for Humpy. There was an opportunity for the youngster to actually seize the opportunity and to really go for it. But of course, she just overlooked one move where she went for an exchange, which was not considered the best the best alternative. But then these things happen. Credit to Humpy, because in the post-match analysis also, she mentioned how she felt that there was an opportunity for her opponent. But she also pinpointed that, okay, after this move, I was quite safe. And I wouldn't say it was a lucky escape, but yes, Divya could have, Divya has reasons to feel a little, upset with her own kind of judgment here. But overall, I would still say that it is still even. A lot can happen. And in this particular game, see, Humpy's experience is going to come to the fore. If you see her track record, if you see her journey so far in this particular edition of the World Cup, she has shown that, she believes that she can win this tournament, in the sense that her belief goes up to the point that she has that never say die attitude, which we saw as a very young girl, as she was making those those moves very early on, because she has that Street Fighter's approach, which very few chess players have, and she can battle till the last breath. So this lady has it in her to go all the way, but give credit to her younger opponent, Divya, whose age is less than the experience of, Humpy. But she's up against her. She is not being, totally, overawed by the presence of one of the greatest women players from India. But then she's taking the battle to the opponent's camp. So a lot can happen still, and as the second game is on, she holds a very minuscule advantage with black, but then that is hardly to actually talk about, but a lot can happen in the next 1 hour or so.
Definitely a lot can happen. As you mentioned that Divya was not overawed by the presence of the great player in front of her. Ramesh, coming to you, were you surprised that Divya rejected the threefold repetition of move 21 despite being in deep time trouble? Was it a bold decision or will you call it a reckless?
It's very difficult. It's easy to judge sitting from outside, but if you see the kind of pressure, the nerves the players have to handle, and we have to remember that World Cup is not a very normal tournament in the sense you are playing almost every day non-stop for close to a month. So playing so many games, so many tie breaks, it takes its toll. And if you have seen, like Divya mentioned in a recent interview, like after qualifying to the finals, she was desperately in need of good food and good sleep. And this is something which we have to keep in mind because the players are going through a lot of tension and nerves, lot at stake. And many players struggle to sleep. And if that continues for many days together, it can play tricks. So I wouldn't give too much importance to the chess mistakes the players make at this point of time. So I remember last year also when Pragnananda was in a similar situation where he qualified for the finals after three nerve-wracking matches against Arjun Ergesi, Hikaru Nakamura, and Fabiano Caruano. He had to play with Magnus in the finals. And both the players, they agreed for a very quick draw in the first game. And the players, both of them said they are extremely tired and they needed some rest. So from that, in that context, I am quite fine with the quality of the play. Even if it was not great, mistakes can happen when players are extremely tired. And today's game, it looks pretty even. Maybe the game could go for tie breaks. And it is impressive the way both young Harika, whose age is probably less than the experience of Koneru Humpy, and the way Koneru Humpy, they both have been conducting themselves and playing, it has been extremely amazing.
Definitely amazing, we can say, that tournament for both the players. And also joining us, our correspondent Abhishek Prasad. Abhishek, the way things are happening, we are witnessing two women chess players in the finals of the coveted FIDE World Cup. And in the past also, we saw that young Indian players are dominating the chess. So how you look this progress of the Indian chess?
Definitely, Narayan, the Indian chess has been in a significant surge and they have grown leaps and bounds. And the forefront of all this is the Indian legendary Vishwanathan Anand that has inspired these chess players. They have taken chess and they have achieved the title of Grandmaster at a very early age. And in the past few years, you have seen the success of these chess players right from the Budapest in Chess Olympiad, where they both the men's and women's team won the gold medal. And then our own D. Gukesh just won the world championship title, beating Ding Liren, and they have been winning several other chess titles across the country. Even in this All India Chess Final, this is the first time that an Indian will win the Chess World Cup. And these two girls have guaranteed a spot in the candidates tournament also, which will determine who will play in the World Chess Championship. So overall, the Indian chess players have taken several steps. R. Vaishali has recently bagged the title of Grandmaster, and there are a lot of government investment in chess, along with All India Chess Federation also promoting the sport. And multiple chess players are taking the sport and are playing the sport of chess. And the recently media is also covering, helping to popularize the sport of chess.
Right, back as you mentioned, the way chess is growing by leaps and bounds. Definitely a great young generation players we have. Rakesh, coming back to you, Humpy has the white pieces today and she is unbeaten with the white pieces in the tournament so far. So how much of an edge does that give her today in this game too?
Well, to start with, you could say that she had the advantage of playing white, but now as we speak, the game is deep into the, like the middle game stuff. It is like we have already seen the opening phase. So no real advantage as of now. But, she would be happy to just, even if she draws with white, I don't think she'll have any great reasons to complain, because in the last game, the way she played, the tiebreakers, I think she was just brilliant there. She showed the tenacity of a champion. She was down by a point, faced a must-win game, and she did so. And thereafter, of course, she looked solid. And then, of course, the way she ended the contest. So that confidence is with her. This is not to say that Divya will be complaining if this game ends in a draw. No, Divya will have, her reasons to be optimistic as they go into the, the last day of the championship. But yes, this particular contest will, we should always remember that the percentage of errors that you see even in the top quality chess or the top level of women's chess, that is a little higher than what you see among the male elite players. So anything can happen. It is like we often say that when you look at the youth chess standards, Vishwanathan Anand used to say this. I mean, his statement, I think he made sometime in the 80s, I guess. He said, when you look at certain level of chess, the player who doesn't commit the last mistake wins. Now, this is not to say that women's chess is full of mistakes, but why I'm saying this is that a mistake can happen. It can occur. The possibility of top-ranked women players getting it wrong, that can happen. And the possibility is more as compared to, say, the world's top two male players, or when you see the final between two male players in the World Cup. As Ramesh rightly pointed out, the players are tired. Mistakes are bound to happen. So let's not take anything away from them. But yes, the game can be decisive because all it will take is just one mistake. But if it goes to tomorrow, then again, we are going to have, you cannot really say that A will be a clear favorite, but yes, psychologically, I think Humpy will hold the edge.
Definitely, as you mentioned, psychological edge for the Humpy. Ramesh, as you mentioned, you are talking about the sleeplessness. Players are not able to sleep, and there is a issue with the food. And as Rakesh also mentioned that the players are very much tired. Even the PM Modi, when he is interacting with the players when they are going for the Olympics, he also mentioned this thing that the sound sleep is very important for an athlete, because next day they have to go for their match, they have to go for the medal, and without sleep it's not possible to give their 100%. So Ramesh, as you are a trainer, you are coaching one of many fantastic, wonderful players who have achieved in India for a lot. So what are the ways so that the stress can be reduced, so that they are not stressed, they are not tired, there should be no mental pressure? How these things should be reduced, can be reduced? As a chess trainers, what tips you give to the players?
Yeah, so world over, what generally I have seen is in the chess training, they usually focus more on the technical aspects of the game, like how they analyze positions, how they take decisions, and opening, middle game, end game, and so on. But the psychological aspect of the game, how to deal with pressure, how to deal with disappointments, how to preserve our stamina, energy level, so that even at the crucial moments, which has come later part of the tournament, we still maintain a healthy stamina and energy level and so on. These are not given the due importance in my view. And hence, I try to inculcate these habits from a young age itself. So irrespective of the outcome of the game, because sometimes you are on the verge of victory and then something goes wrong, you make a blunder and then you lose. These things can happen once in a while. And if we don't, if we take these defeats too much to the heart, then it's very easy to lose focus and lose confidence in the middle of a tournament. So it is very important, I try to teach my students to, when bad things happen, to get upset, to feel sad, but without affecting our confidence. So we should learn to feel sad without losing trust in ourselves. This is very important. And for maintaining good energy level, even before the tournament happen, it is very important to have a healthy diet, to have a healthy sleep routine, and also to do a lot of physical exercise, because that can add to your stamina and your ability to withstand pressure, to keep strong nerves under stressful situations. You have better chances. So good exercises, healthy eating habit, and also good sleep routine, even when we are not playing tournaments. And we give more importance to diet and sleep during the tournaments. So when we don't take losses too much to the heart, it's easy to deal with the pressure over the board.
Definitely. The mentioned, the routine mentioned by you definitely is going to help the athlete. Abhishek, in short, how you look the journey of the chess queen of the India, Koneru Humpy, the way they started, two-time rapid champion. So in brief, how you look her journey?
Definitely, Koneru Humpy is a role model, is a veteran figure in the Indian chess fraternity. She has been an inspiring role model who has inspired several other players to take up chess. At the age of 5, she was inspired by her father, who was also a chess player, Koneru Ashok, and at a very early age, she showed her exceptional talent, winning world youth titles, national titles, and world championships. Winning her under 10, under 12 categories. And in 2002, she became the youngest woman to bag the title of the Grand Master, which was a very big achievement for India at that time. And in 2003, the government of India was also bestowed her with Arjuna Award. And in 2007, she bagged the Padma Shri Award for her contribution to the chess. And in middle, she bagged in recently in 2020, she won the Cairns Cup after coming from break from motherhood. So Koneru Humpy has been a leading figure in the Indian chess fraternity, and in the semi-final she defeated her Chinese counterpart. And meanwhile, the Chinese are called as the superpower of chess, and to defeat the Chinese Chinese opponent and come to the final is a huge achievement, and is a huge achievement for both Divya and Koneru.
Right, huge achievement for both the players. First time the two Indians are playing in the final of the FIDE Chess World Cup. Rakesh, regardless of who wins, India has already created history with all-Indian final. So what does this moment mean to women's chess, especially women's chess in India?
Trust me, it is the biggest and the greatest advertisement for Indian women's chess. Big stage, both Indians up there, the trophy, I mean, the cup is sure to come India's way. But more than that, it is also a battle of, players who belong to two different generations. Now, what it actually reflects is that there was a time when Humpy was the only player close. She was the one who was a spearhead, and Harika followed her. And then these two together, they were the only two players. You couldn't find a third player of reasonably good strength because these two girls were way ahead of the rest. But today, when you see, those two girls are still around, but you see that players like, Vaishali, then of course you have Divya, you have Vantika. Suddenly, you see that players are performing at the highest level. There are a good number of Indian women who are now not just taking part, they are actually in contention. So, as I said, this is the best advertisement for women's chess in the country on a global stage. Plus, this is also the right time for the women's chess to be seen, as Indian women's chess is, of course, great.
Right.
It has made some rapid strides thanks to what they did in the last two Olympiads. But at the same time, when the entire focus was on Indian youngsters like Gukesh, Arjun, Prag, and that entire lot.
Right.
Suddenly, the girls decide that okay, enough is enough. Even as an individual, we can do well. Just like what Vaishali did in the candidates last year around. I think what she achieved was absolutely brilliant, because she was considered down and out, but she said yes, she was down all right, but she was not out. And the way she put together, she strung together all those victories. Now that showed the character of an Indian chess player. Humpy has shown it in the past. Harika has done her bit, if you see her track record in the World Championships. But the younger lot, if you look at Vaishali, if you look at now what like Divya has achieved, so great time to be a fan of Indian chess, whether it is in the open category or in the ladies section. I, for one, having been associated with the sport for close to 50 years now, I think I'm extremely fortunate to be witnessing what we're seeing right now. This has been one of the finest chapters of Indian chess.
Right.
We are not talking about Anand and Humpy here. Of course, Humpy is still around. But after Anand, everybody thought who will be there, but it's not just 1, 2. We have a good number of players.
Right.
3 players in the top 10. We couldn't have asked for anything better. But yes, today it's all about women's chess. Let's just wait and watch for the thrilling
Truly,
finale.
golden era of the Indian chess, the way the both male and female teams, male players are doing well. Ramesh, one final question to you. In brief, if the final goes to tiebreakers tomorrow, who do you think will have the upper hand? The experienced Humpy or the fearless Divya?
No, I think both have things to look forward to. On Humpy's side, she has experience and she has achieved most of the important milestones in her career. So the pressure to achieve more is not as imposing as in the case of Divya, young Divya. So Divya is very young. She has age, stamina, health, and she is more hungry to achieve bigger titles. So this is both a positive and could also be a case for pressure because she desperately wants to achieve these things. So both players have things to help on their side. As I said, for Koneru Humpy, it's her immense experience of playing at nerve-wracking matches in many finals. So that will help her. And she appears more calm. Like as Rakesh mentioned, even in the semi-finals when she was 1 point down and in a must-win situation, she was able to deliver under immense pressure situation. So that will give her a lot of confidence. Having said that, Divya is very hungry for success. She knows this is her chance to get to the big stage. She is already there. And one more win, then she will be the World Cup champion. So both have reasons to be happy about if the match goes to the tiebreak. It looks very much so that is going to happen. A few minutes ago,
Right.
I looked at the position and it looked completely equal. So probably the game will be decided tomorrow.
So, right, as you mentioned, youth versus experience in the FIDE Women's World Cup final. But whosoever wins, the title is coming back to India, will come to India. That's the big thing for the Indian chess right now. Thanks, gentlemen, for joining us again, giving a wonderful perspective of this Women's Chess World Cup final today on DD India. Thanks, Rakesh. Thanks, Ramesh. And thanks, Abhijay, for joining us on the show. Thanks a lot. So until we meet again, we will keep you updating with the latest of the Women's World Chess World Cup final. So keep watching DD India for all the updates until you see you again. Thanks a lot.
Welcome to DD India, where a billion voices unite, connecting viewers to the stories that matter. India is not just another news channel. It's the international channel